So my short-term target price for this is, all right, welcome to Talking Investing. I am Tom. This is not financial advice. Today I want to talk to you about a Bitcoin mining company called HIVE Blockchain Technologies. Their stock ticker is HIVE. So if you're interested in Bitcoin and the Bitcoin mining companies, we focus on that on this channel quite a bit. We have several videos on most of the major miners, so you can check those out if you're interested. Full disclosure, I am invested in HIVE as well as several of the other Bitcoin miners. This, however, is my first video on HIVE, and I do this because they had a recent press release and they've given out some good information lately, so I wanted to bring everybody up to speed on what's going on with HIVE. So this is their website, Powering the Future of Blockchain Computing. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through their website. They're a Bitcoin miner. Everybody knows what they do. I just want to read this one part. HIVE Blockchain Technologies is the first publicly traded crypto miner listed on the Toronto Venture Exchange in 2017 under the ticker symbol HIVE. The company uses 100% green energy to mine both Bitcoin and Ethereum. I want to start out with their press release, which says it came out today, but I did read it like in the middle of the night last night, so I don't know when they put this thing out. HIVE increases hash power by 585 petahash per second by buying 6,500 high-performance Bitcoin miners, October 21st, 2021. The integration of these miners into HIVE's system will be made in tranches over the next 130 days, so about 4 months. This will be placed in existing facilities and in our newly constructed data centers at our campus in New Brunswick, Canada. It's mid to late October, and they expect to have all these up and running by really mid-first quarter 2022. I'm going to come back to their overall hash rate, but I first want to look at their mining results from the month of September because they were extraordinary. And then after we do that, we'll talk hash rate some more, and then I want to look at the chart and see where it may be going. Okay, this is from a press release on October 4th, 2021, so about 3 weeks ago. In this press release, they say right here, of note, for the month of September 2021, HIVE mined approximately 221 Bitcoin and 2,572 Ethereum. On a daily revenue basis during September 2021, this income from Ethereum would be equal to mining approximately 186 Bitcoin. Therefore, the total equivalent of Bitcoin mined on a daily revenue basis for HIVE's September 2021 production is approximately 407 Bitcoin, or an average of approximately 13.6 Bitcoin equivalent mined per day. So 407 Bitcoin is a number I want to keep in mind, because I'm going to show you, this is RIOT Blockchain. So RIOT Blockchain RIOT Blockchain announces September production and operations update. This was on October 5th, so this is going over what they did in September. RIOT produced 406 Bitcoin mined in September. Now, they just mined Bitcoin. So they mined 406 Bitcoin. That was the most out of any Bitcoin miner. But if you look, if we go back to HIVE, once they convert their Ethereum to Bitcoin, they actually did 407 Bitcoin. So that's one more Bitcoin than RIOT, and RIOT did the most out of all the North American Bitcoin miners. So technically, including the Ethereum mined, HIVE Blockchain mined more Bitcoin equivalent in the month of September than any of the North American miners. They not only have plans to expand, but their current execution is excellent. So that's 407 Bitcoin beats everybody. And that includes RIOT and Marathon and Bitfarms. And if we go deeper into the press release, they say the following. Under next generation miner expansion, they say HIVE currently has approximately 1.2 exahash per second of Bitcoin mining capacity. And with this new purchase, HIVE's Bitcoin ASIC pipeline will be at 2 exahash per second by December 2021, so that's only a month and a half from now, and 3 exahash by March of 2022. So this is very much accelerated over the plans that they talked about earlier in the year. So they've gotten aggressive, they've bought a lot of machines, they're going to be delivered over the next couple of quarters. Okay, I just want to grab one thing from this press release. So what I wanted to look at, so here's a comparison. I want to look at the top line. They mined over $37 million of mining revenue. So that's a big number. But what's more important, I wanted to take a look at gross mining margin, 83%. Most of the Bitcoin miners are hanging out in this range. So this is one of the reasons that I cover this sector so deeply. The gross mining margin is spectacular. And the rest of the overhead costs are reasonable. So as these guys continue to increase their exahash rate and the amount of Bitcoin that they mine, they are going to become very profitable. In fact, Hive is already profitable. They had $18 million of profit in this last quarter that they just reported. So I would expect that number to go up dramatically on a going forward basis as well. The other thing I wanted to know is you'll see hosting revenue. So Hive, in addition to all the mining they do hosting, and you'll see a dramatic jump in their revenue from $410,000 in the previous quarter to $1.7 million in this quarter. So one of the things this allows them to do, this hosting revenue, that's cash. So that allows them to pay for a majority of their operating expenses, which in turn allows them to hold most, if not all, of the cryptocurrency that they mine. So along with basically all the other North American Bitcoin mining companies, Hive has a hodling strategy, and one of the things that allows them to do this is this hosting revenue. So those were the major points I wanted to take away from their financial statements. So having looked at all that, let's look at the chart and see what's happening. Okay, so this is Hive's chart on the NASDAQ. So you can see the very first candle here is on July 1st. So they just recently listed on the NASDAQ. They've been listed on the Toronto Exchange for years. Wanted to focus on this period of time because, the last few months we've seen some dramatic action in Bitcoin, and obviously this is pretty much a direct play on Bitcoin. So I want to focus on September 29th because that was pretty much the beginning of this most current 3-week bull run that we're in the middle of. And I will tell you, it's around noon on the 21st, and today is the first day since September 29th that we seem to be having some correction. We're having a pullback today. We're down. Bitcoin's down about 4.75% as we speak on the day today, but we have not had a pullback in Bitcoin in 3 or 4 weeks. So most of these Bitcoin miner charts are very healthy over this period of time, and Hive is the same. So if I go to September 29th, which was the beginning of this latest and greatest bull run, if I look at where they're trading right now, they are up 45% in the last just over 3 weeks. If we go to the top of today's candle, earlier this morning before Bitcoin had a pullback, they were actually up over 63%. 63% in 3 weeks is huge. Now, they've already pulled back today all the way back down to here, which puts them at 44 or 45%. This yellow line was the first price target that I had. This was their previous high point since listing on the NASDAQ, and that was at $3.74. They're at $3.75 as we speak right now, so they're testing this line. We did go through this line, got quite a bit above it, and now it is retesting it right now. So I would expect that line will hold. I think this pullback in Bitcoin is overdue. Everything's running down a little bit today. So I'm looking at this candle right here as maybe a sign of things to come. Just today's activity was over 12 or 12.5% from the bottom to the top. So my short-term target price for this is this purple line right here at $4.44. These are US dollars because this is their NASDAQ chart. So what that is the equivalent of where they were on April 5th, 2021. So that was well over 6 months ago. So they have not been back to that level in over 6 months. So that's the April 5th number. That is my short-term price target. We're not that far away. In fact, earlier in the day today, it looked like we were marching right up to that number. Obviously, we've had a big pullback. But if I go from here to here, that's only about an 18 or 19% increase to get to my short-term price target. So I would expect that once once this little Bitcoin correction is over, I would think we'll probably run up to this line, in my opinion. Again, remember, this is not financial advice. This is my analysis of the chart. I drew these lines. There's 1,000 different ways to interpret all this stuff. So take it for what it's worth, and please add your own due diligence and make your own decisions on how to spend your own money. Okay, so having said that, this being my very short-term price target, the next price target that I'm looking at is HIVE's all-time high was in US dollars equivalent at $5.51, and that was reached on February 19th, 2021. So that was over 8 months ago. So HIVE has not been back to that point in over 8 months. So this was a part of the initial euphoria that all of the Bitcoin miners had in late January and through mid-February, and it's taken all this time and they have not been able to get actually anywhere near that number. However, given everything that we just looked at and their plans to increase their mining capacity and their profitability, I'm having this as my December 31st price target for HIVE Blockchain. So if we take a look, we're basically right now retesting this line. So from there to there, that would be a 46% increase through the rest of the year, which is only, just a little over 2 months. So that is fairly aggressive, but I do think that Bitcoin is still in the middle of its bull run. So I'm expecting good things to happen. HIVE is executing very well. They're down 4.5% today. And again, today is October 21st, but that is mostly because we're in the middle of what I believe to be a short-term correction. Those are my thoughts on HIVE. Thank you for joining, and I will see you in the next video. So if you enjoy this content, smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And please check out the rest of my Bitcoin mining videos. I have made a ton of these videos, and this is one of the main things that I focus on. So we look forward to seeing you in the next video.